say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to Sooner Nation in Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on last year's national champion, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Gamecocks will kick it away to start us off. Comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Oklahoma Sooners offense will go on the attack first. Wants to throw on first down. That's caught. It's McKinnon. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed. And he showed some of it there.
I wonder how much fun this is for him. The head coach trying to take down the old alma mater across the way.
Yeah, I think these are always mixed emotions and how you feel about this, playing your old squad. Like, it's something about it, I'm sure, that's nostalgic, and all the memories will probably come flooding back. But there's also a competitive element, Palmer, that you want to beat this squad. Like, this is the next team in your way for you accomplishing your goals and dreams.
Yeah, he's probably experiencing the emotional spectrum coming into this game, but make no mistake about it, he has to separate himself from his past allegiances and understand he's the home team. He wants this crowd to get in this football game. You know he just gave a rousing speech to his guys in the locker room before taking the field. He wants to win this game versus his alma mater.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game, and we're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on fourth down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense napping.
To the air on first down. He's got the back in the middle.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. Looking to throw on first down. And to throw it before he wanted. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Backed up now, here's second and long. They'll give it to the back. He rumbles ahead for 6 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. The Sooner fans booming, a cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires on the move. Got it in the middle, it's Soto. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
That looks like a really easy thing to do. Oh, the ball's just on the ground. Jump on it. That's an odd-shaped ball that bounces all kind of crazy ways. Great job by the defense covering that thing up.
So here comes the Oklahoma offense. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were really disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Rides the back on the option, the give. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
That's a nice run. This guy has it all, doesn't he? He has speed, he has shiftiness, and he has power. The power reminds me of an old great Sooner running back, Marcus Dupree. Arguably one of the most gifted runners college football has ever seen. A guy that didn't quite pan out at the NFL level because of injuries. This dude has it in him, though, and I'm sure he's reminding a lot of people in the stadium right now of good old Marcus Dupree.
And the Sooners with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Got room on the return. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
He'll bring it out. It's Lawrence. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Wants to go up top on first down. Working that left side now. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've reached the break. It's South Carolina holding the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Leaves it with the back. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Off play action. Gets it out quickly. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. And just when you think the fullback is extinct, he makes a play, makes a catch, and moves the chains.
You got to be impressed with this fullback, too, because he's obviously built to block. He's built to live in the trenches. Look at this guy. But he has the ability to catch the football. Very soft hands. He's a good little weapon in this offense.
Out routes are very much about timing. It's got to be a quick, decisive movement from the quarterback. As soon as he sticks that foot in the ground, you know he's breaking out. Throw it right now so he can go make the play. Great pitch, great catch.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Sooners with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. The Sooners come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Finds us back in the middle. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. And the Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The offense changing the play. Looking to throw on first down. Going for it all. And it's caught. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
That's a great thing about spreading a defense out, I can see where the blitz is coming from. I can see where they're weak. I can see my matchups. Nice job by the offense, spreading them out, taking advantage of their matchup, and getting in for the score.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. The extra point here would tie the game. And they did tack on the extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Big Ten action today. A couple of teams who have had this game circled on the calendar for some time. Penn State was able to squeak one out in front of those home fans at Beaver Stadium. In fact, I think in the end, the difference may have been that Happy Valley crowd who leaves happy with the win. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a Big Ten matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure every...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Sooner. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
And doing a great job in coverage. Obviously, you got to play run first as a linebacker always. That's your first thought process. But then reading the QB's eyes, breaking on the football, catching it. And then from there, it was easy. Just take it right to the house.
The AT unit on the field. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Off the play fake on first down. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Under fire. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there. Now it's fourth down.
Well, the offense is trying to go downfield and be aggressive. I think that receiver has got to do a better job fighting for the football. He just didn't really put in a great effort, and that's what helped the defender swat it away.
Punt is in the air on fourth down. Here's the return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Going right to work up top. Got the quick pass. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Sooners can really attack on this 2nd and short. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. The Sooners can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. Oh, he's got some space. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Sooners look to do some damage in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Unloads to the wideout.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Going to look downfield again. Quick strike complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
They'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He let the thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. Never a doubt. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Parrish. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points, so you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a huge completion. The Gamecocks want to move quickly. Looking downfield on 1st down. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? After the incompletion, they go back up top. He'll pull it down. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. From From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Finds his open man. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And it's amazing that they're only trailing by a couple of points in this game because they've turned it over a couple of times and they've been sacked a couple of times right now. They have no rhythm on offense right now. You have got to give the defense tons of credit. They are dominating in the trenches.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Pressure coming. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Gamecocks send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Trying to make magic with his feet. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Looking downfield very late in the half. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
He might want another play. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. He's going for a big play downfield. He can haul it in, incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from Norman so far. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's head back to Oklahoma and Memorial Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Sooners will line up to kick off and start the second half. Out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think even if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. He makes the catch. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
And the Gamecocks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Dumps it to the back. All by himself. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. The Gamecocks are in the hurry-up.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Just keep slinging it. Still looking, on the move. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge 3rd down play. Creates a little space. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. And the Gamecocks pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He is like a loose boulder just rolling to the 32. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
And the defense gives up the first down. And oh, here they go. They're going fast. No time to substitute. Got to communicate quickly and get back on the line of scrimmage.
Throws for the tight end. Got him downfield. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And you could easily argue the biggest reason this team is trailing here in the second half is because they have not been able to protect their quarterback tonight. They've already given up 5 sacks in the game, and you just saw another one right there. This offensive line has had problems all night long.
Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. We We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And he missed it. No good. The missed field goal still leaves us with a double-digit deficit. Still a 10-point game.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Rides to back and leaves it. On the move at the 30. Open space in the middle. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run. This defense right now is
turning it on. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma. They build this fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's recap that Big 12 matchup that just went final moments ago. Utah is going to get out of Dodge with a win. It's a shave that might have been a little closer than Utes fans wanted, but a road victory feels great no matter what the final score is. Fun one in the Big 12, man. They generally are. Teams there continue to jockey for goal position.
Hey, Kevin Connors, keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. To the air on first down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Intercepted! Oh, what a play! Got some room to run. He's at the 30. And he goes out of bounds at the 14-yard line.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay.
Touchdown Sooners! And the pummeling has started. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Off the play fake. Got it in the middle. It's Gandy.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
On third down, he drops to throw. Quarterback now breaking the field. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that first down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short. signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Gamecocks with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab on the shuffle. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you got dialed up on 3rd.
Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and it makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
A deep throw as the clock winds down. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much, we're up. This game's over after that missed 4th down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, you know, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing.
The Sooners will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff to teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
He wants to change this route. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And what can you say about this offense in this game? It hasn't always been pretty all season long, yet they've continually found ways to win each and every week. But today, in a day where they had to light the scoreboard up because the opposing offense came to play, their offense got it done. And as a result, they stay undefeated.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and
they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game.
Unloads it downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points and win.